Back here again, working on the TDI. We are gonna do an EGR delete. It's old enough that it doesn't need to go through the emission stuff. And there's a few benefits, but it starts with taking this system off. This is what I actually took off. It's just those 3 bolts. They're not too hard. It's just, that one's kind of tough to get to. These are the bolts. This is what they look like. Let's see if we can get the camera to focus. And we're gonna want to disconnect this breather valve, take this part of the intake off, because it's gonna make it easier to get back here. So that's kind of the next part, and disconnect all these. And in order to get this off, there's actually a hose clamp. I don't know if you can see that down there. And it's easier to get from underneath. So we're gonna go underneath, clamp that. I mean, you don't really need anything special just with these, and pull that off. That back there is the EGR cooler. We're gonna remove that as well. So we're under the car. That right there is the one we're going for. Now you just kind of have to twist it out once you get this bottom part off. There is these 2 spots that are holding it on there. So before you can get it off, you gotta undo that one and this one right here. Now we're gonna move to getting this off. So I'm gonna undo these, undo those. We're also gonna be taking off this electronic control thing. So I'm actually gonna do this first and then move on to the other stuff. There's a little trick for getting these things off. You can't just pull them straight off. You have to twist them. Just got it out. This thing is gunked up. It's kind of good that I'm taking this off. So one of the plates just sits right here on that. It's that same shape. So I'm just gonna throw this thing away. Once you get these bolts out, there's only 4 of them. This thing should just kind of come right out. Now it's time for the cooler. There's a few different bolts kind of holding it on there, some on this back side. We're gonna connect these pipes together using this brass fitting, and then there's a second set of hoses. There's smaller ones down here that we're also going to connect together. You might lose a little bit of coolant, not very much. So there actually aren't that many things holding this cooler on. It's just this one, that one, this one, I think is it. And it's like kind of a whole unit here. The plate is gonna cover right here on the exhaust, and then here and here. Oh. I'm just gonna... Just like that. And do the same thing there, and then same thing for these 2 right here. Got these off of the cooler and connected to each other, and now they just kind of hang out. So we're gonna take this off, put the plate on here. The kit that I got had me reuse the hardware from the car for this and this, but it did have new nuts for this one down here. Now we pretty much just clean this stuff up. I'm going to be reusing this, obviously. I think I'm gonna put it back together just with these two for now, just to kind of see how it runs, because I don't have the rest of this stuff yet. Got it all back together here, the pipe. Like I said, I'm using the ASV still, but later on, once the part comes, I'm gonna switch that back out. And I mean, it's really easy, those 3 bolts and then this clamp right here. You just leave these unplugged. You will have a check engine light on, unless you get a tune, which you don't need to do it. But if you don't like the check engine light, then you gotta spend the extra money on a tune. So there's that.